My name is Hamse Daabjeerin, and this is our security update where we talk about the latest security issues in Africa. And these are the stories making the headlines. IGAD meets with Lassa Arnold administration leader, discuss potential future war prisoner exchange with Somaliland. Ex-Sudanese Prime Minister expresses hope for dialogue between military chiefs. Uganda accused of packing M23 rebels in DRC as violence escalates, says UN report. Welcome to the program. Abdulkadir Firdie, the leader of the Lassa Arnold administration, recently met with the leaders of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development IGAD during his visit to Djibouti. The discussion is focused on the impacts of Lassa Arnold conflict on regional security, the necessity for conflict resolution and collaboration regarding prisoners of war from both sides.
Abdulkadir Firdie, the leader of Lassa Arnold administration, recently met with the leaders of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development (IGAD) during his visit to Djibouti. The discussions focused on the impacts of the Lassa Arnold conflict on regional security, the necessity for conflict resolution and collaboration regarding prisoners of war from both sides. In a statement posted on social media by Muhammad Abdiwari, Deputy Executive Secretary of IGAD, it was revealed that the talks with Firdie centered on the Lassa Arnold Somaliland conflict, specifically addressing the welfare and care of prisoners of war and the potential role IGAD could play in facilitating their release. The Deputy Executive Secretary of IGAD highlighted the possibility of future discussions with Somaliland authorities, emphasizing IGAD's commitment to peace and security in the region. Additionally, during his stay in Djibouti, Firdie met with President Ismail Omar Guelleh, expressing gratitude for Djibouti's ongoing dedication to peace and stability, as reported by the Djibouti presidency.
The Jubilant administration of Somalia has issued a warning to parties involved in the conflict in Lok district of the Geda region, where fierce fighting erupted between two rival clans for the last few days.
The Jubilant administration of Somalia has issued a warning to parties involved in the conflict in Luk district of Gedo region, where fierce fighting erupted between two rival clans for the last few days. Jubilant's Vice President Mohammed Sayyid Aden, addressing the conflict, stated that stringent measures will be taken against anyone fueling the clashes between the two clans. He emphasized that the Jubilant administration would swiftly work towards resolving the conflict in Luk. Mohammed Sayyid Aden urged leaders of both clans to engage in dialogue aimed at ending the violence and encourage the youth involved in the fighting to lay down their arms. However, the recent clashes in Luk have resulted in more than 10 fatalities and numerous injuries, with extensive property damage reported. Also, the federal government troops deployed in Luk have been observed maintaining positions amidst the ongoing hostilities. Authorities in Gedo region, speaking to the media, urged government forces involved in the Luk conflict to play a proactive role in quelling the clashes between the two clans.
The Somalian Police Commissioner Sulub Ahmed Firin, joining the Governor of Banadi and the Mayor of Mogadishu Yusuf Hussein Jim'ale Madale, and discussing the acceleration of the security of the capital. The Somalian Police Commissioner Sulub Ahmed Firin, joining the Governor of Banadi and the Mayor of Mogadishu Yusuf Hussein Jim'ale Madale, co-chaired a meeting discussing the acceleration of the security of the capital. The security agencies in the capital provided reports on the security and the changes they made to strengthen it and keep the peace. They asked the public to collaborate with the security agencies to prevent future attacks against the capital. The meeting was also attended by officials from the Banadi municipality and the commanders responsible for the security of the capital, and the mayor commended the men and women fighting to keep the capital of Mogadishu safe for the residents. Mogadishu has seen less attacks in the past few months compared to last year, a move the federal government described it as a milestone achievement for the residents of Mogadishu. A former Prime Minister and leader of the Sudanese Coordination of Civil Democratic Forces Tagaddum, Abdullah Hamdok, has expressed optimism about a potential meeting between Sudanese Army Leader General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and Rapid Support Forces Commander General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo. But we will be back after the short break.
Making documentaries is one of the most creative craft and challenging endeavors you can be involved in. It is an effective strategy to inform, persuade, educate, defend the perspective, and shed light on various issues, policies, and activities. At CBA TV, documentary production is our forte. We capture every TikTok detail of events in highest resolution to tell the story you care about, from politics to human hunger, research-based content, educative and informative. We also help you project your story in a dynamic perspective that attracts the world views of the target audience, as there is no better or more powerful way to place the organization's values and achievements than to make an excellent documentary film. No doubt, our strength lies in these ventures, and we pride in many award-winning documentaries which have been earning accolades across Africa and beyond. Let's tell your story.
Welcome back again. A former Prime Minister and leader of the Sudanese Coordination of Civil Democratic Forces Tagaddum, Abdullah Hamdok, has expressed optimism about a potential meeting between Sudanese Army Leader General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and Rapid Support Forces Commander General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo. This is the report.
Our former Prime Minister and leader of the Sudanese Coordination of Civil Democratic Forces Tagaddum, Abdullah Hamdok, has expressed optimism about a potential meeting between Sudan's army leader Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and Rapid Support Forces Commander Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo. Speaking to newsmen on the sidelines of the just concluded conference of delegates of Sudanese civil political groups held in Cairo to address the escalating crisis in Sudan, Hamdok stated he is positive that a meeting between the two sides is possible through the African Union's Presidential Committee led by Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni. Hamdok emphasized that the committee is a step towards providing a mechanism to bring in the conflicting parties together. In late June, the African Peace and Security Council formed a committee led by Museveni to bring together Sudan's military and RSF leaders. At the just concluded Cairo Conference for Sudanese Political Parties, Hamdok lauded how the conference has brought together Sudanese political and civilian forces under the theme Together for Peace to address ceasefire, humanitarian aid, and a political roadmap. The former Prime Minister urged actions to deliver aid across Sudan's borders and ensure it reaches those in conflict zones.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi emphasized Egypt's unwavering commitment to supporting Sudan during a meeting with the Sudanese delegation on Sunday. The delegation, which included representatives from Sudanese political and civil powers, had participated in a conference in Cairo the previous day aimed at resolving the Sudan crisis.
The conference was attended by prominent figures including Foreign and Migration Affairs Minister Badri Abdel Ayati, Intelligence Chief Abbas Helmi, and representatives from the UAE, Qatar, South Sudan, Germany, the African Union, AU, the United Nations, UN, the Arab League, and the ambassadors from France, the UK, Norway, the EU, and Saudi Arabia. Presidential spokesman Ahmed Fahmy conveyed President Sisi's appreciation for the participants' prompt response to Egypt's invitation to this crucial conference held under slogan "Together to Stop the War." Sisi highlighted the necessity of creating a conducive environment for unifying the visions of Sudanese parties to cease hostilities. President Sisi underscored the urgency of escalating efforts to achieve a comprehensive political solution that aligns with the aspirations of the Sudanese people. He pointed out that the multidimensional crisis in Sudan and its severe political, social, and humanitarian impact, stressing the importance of including all Sudanese parties in the political process. This process should respect Sudan's sovereignty and territorial integrity while considering the national interest. Egypt, Sisi noted, has been actively involved at bilateral, regional, and international levels to mitigate the repercussions of the Sudanese crisis. This includes sending humanitarian aid to Sudan and hosting millions of Sudanese people in Egypt. Reaffirming Egypt's dedication to resolving the Sudanese crisis, Sisi highlighted the country's efforts to coordinate and cooperate with regional and international parties. He also expressed gratitude for the recognition of Egypt's sincere effort to support Sudan, which participants at the conference acknowledged. The participants lauded the Egyptian leadership's role in facilitating the Sudanese parties and addressing the dire humanitarian situation.
Speaking for the first time since the recent failed coup in the Democratic Republic of Congo, two American citizens, Marcel Malanga and Benjamin Salman Paulun, testified that they were forced to join the Putsch takeover in May, claiming they were threatened with death by the coup leader, Christian Malanga. The report.
Two American citizens, Marcel Malanga and Benjamin Salman Paulun, on trial in the Democratic Republic of Congo for their alleged involvement in a failed coup in May, testified in court that they were forced into participating by the coup's leader, Christian Malanga, who threatened to kill them. Speaking for the first time since the commencement of the trial, the 22-year-old Malanga's son, Marcel Malanga, and Benjamin Salman Paulun told the court that their involvement in the failed coup was not deliberate. Marcel Malanga, a U.S. citizen, testified in a military court in Kinshasa that he had traveled to Congo at his father's invitation to reunite with him after a 2-year separation. He stressed that he has no prior connection to the country, stating, "I am American, I don't speak French or Lingala," emphasizing his foreign nationality and language barriers. On his part, Salman Paulun told the court that he was a long-time business partner of Malanga but had nothing to do with planning the coup attempt. Malanga and Salman Paulun are among 50 individuals from multiple countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Belgium, and Congo, on trial for their roles in the failed coup. They face charges like arms possession, conspiracy, and terrorism, which carry penalty like death or lengthy imprisonment. Kamet Sadiq, CBTV.
A recent UN report alleges that the Ugandan military has been backing the M23 rebel group in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, a development that has heightened concerns of a full-scale war aimed at intensifying violence in the region. Uganda has since denied allegations stressing support for the DRC forces.
The United Nations has alleged that the Ugandan army provided support to the M23 rebel group operating in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The Reuters news agency cited a report from the United Nations amid growing clashes that have taken several lives. According to a report by the United Nations Security Council's group of experts, Uganda has failed to prevent the presence and movement of M23 and Rwandan Defense Forces RDF troops on its territory despite the resurgence of the M23 crisis. The report, submitted to the UN Security Council Sanctions Committee in April and shared with Security Council members in June, also revealed evidence of active support for M23 by Ugandan military and military intelligence officials, including meetings between M23 leaders such as Sultani Makenga and Ugandan officials on Ugandan soil. Uganda has denied allegations of involvement in the conflict, stating that it is actively collaborating with the Congolese government forces. The United Nations has consistently accused Rwanda of supporting the M23 rebel group, which has frequently captured significant areas of eastern Congo rich in minerals. Rwanda has repeatedly denied these allegations. On its part, Rwanda alleged that Congo was financing and fighting alongside a Hutu rebel group, the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, FDLR, that has attacked Tutsis in both countries. Kamil Sadiq, Sibia TV.
And with that story of the recent UN report alleges that the Ugandan military has been backing the M23 rebel group in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, a development that has heightened concerns of a full-scale war aims intensifying violence in the region. We'll wrap up our program for this time. Thanks for watching and see you soon.